Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Geeky Girls Journal. My name is Andrea, and if you've never been here before, I want to give you a huge, huge welcome to this channel. Welcome, 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 welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for choosing to click the thumbnail first or click the vertical live because that's what this is. And I just want to make sure you feel welcome here. Come in, kick your feet up, get yourself a snack. If you choose to engage, I really like that. I like to engage with the chat, so feel free to comment. What else? Just feel free. Oh, like this video when you come in. Subscribe if you're not a member of the Geeky Girls Journal family. And what does it take to become a part of the family? Nothing, just a subscription. It's free. I promise you, it's free. So just come in, click it, click that subscribe button, become a dreamer. We would love to have you here. Those of you who are a part of the family, you already know. I appreciate you and I thank you for coming in and spending your time with me because time is something you definitely cannot get back. So I truly appreciate it. The person that is here already, thank you so much for coming in. I see you there. I don't see your response, but I see that you're here. So thank you for coming in. We are going to have, you know what? I would say a beautiful discussion. It's going to be a beautiful discussion because it always is here. Whenever you all show up and you come in, you always make my day a little bit brighter. And I already know that what's going to be said in this conversation needs to be said because it is not a coincidence that you're here. It's not a coincidence that I am here. I have to say this before I get started. I have thoroughly enjoyed you all coming in and supporting me. I'm going to say it right now and I'll say it again later for those who may miss this. I really appreciate you all. You all know, those of you that have been here, you already know what I'm trying to pursue, and you all have been showing up for me, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, but just know that what you are doing is not going unnoticed. And if I see particular individuals come in, I am going to say something to you individually. Well, I'll say it to you as you come in. So again, welcome in. Today's topic is whatever the title says. Hey, Cherry. Hey. Hey, how you doing today? Thank you for coming in and thank you for being so supportive. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this has definitely been a challenge, and it's a good challenge though because it's making me show up. It's making me show up. I am doing well. I'm doing well. I cannot complain. I cannot complain. I have no complaints. I'm eating well. I got some sleep. Everything's fine. Thank you, Cherry. How are you? You're doing brilliant. You're doing brilliant. All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. I don't know. Let me know what else is happening in your life that I need to know about. But you go ahead and keep commenting because I'm going to reply when I see it. But I want to go ahead and at least start out. Oh my goodness. So see, so we're going to start there today, Cherry? Are we going to start there today? You see, we right on the same wavelength then because that is what this is about today. So the Most High is faithful. Now my title says, focus on what you can do. What is it? Focus on what you can do, not on what you cannot do, right? So that is the topic. If we have to go with the topic, focus on what you can do, not on what you cannot do. And you said the Most High is faithful. Yes, absolutely right. Now, hey, Cherry Hay says the Most High. Some of you say God. Some of you, I don't know. Some of you call him whatever you call him. I call him God. Yeah, I call him the Father. I call him my Father. I call him Daddy sometimes when I'm praying. Lord Jesus. So it really doesn't matter. I mean, if you're praying to God and you're praying to, I know some of you say Creator as well. I've heard that before. Creator. I say God. All right. So I feel like these lives have been a series of, yes, he is my dad. He is my daddy. That's my daddy, right? I have a biological father and I have a spiritual father. And I have to say, both of my fathers treat me really well, very well. Like I couldn't even ask for better fathers. I really could not. I know that Not everybody shares my story with the biological father. Like I said, I've been blessed to have a wonderful dad. I call my dad daddy. I don't say dad. So if somebody says dad, then same thing. I say daddy. I'm an adult, but I still say daddy because that's my daddy. So, oh, I know what I was saying. I was saying that this series. And hey, sweet thumb, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. What I've been talking about, it just seems like this last string of lives have completely all been in sync in some way, shape, or form. We've been always talking about God, which always happens here. And this one also, hey Riaz, how you doing? I'm seeing all of my faves coming all in here. All of you all, my faves. So we're talking about focus on what you can do and what you cannot do. And you all know I've shared with you in the previous lives that, that I've been a little up and down. And when I say up and down, I'm going through these things where I question a little bit, a lot. I question a lot. Geeky, I'm doing well, fam. I'm glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that, Riaz. Hey, Bud Files, how you doing? Thank you. That is all my peeps coming in here. Hey, 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 Deborah. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. What? Did somebody just send out something to tell everybody to come on in? Whatever it is happening, keep it going. Keep it going. And remember, you all, keep on engaging like you're doing because I love seeing it. I really do. I love seeing it. So I was thinking about this, and I actually posted it on my community tab earlier. I don't know if anybody saw it. And after I posted it, I was like, hey, that's a good topic. I should come in and talk about that. Focus on what you can do, not on what you cannot do. And yesterday, wait a minute, it was last night. I did talk a little bit about the same thing or something that is kind of in conjunction with that. But I know the day before I definitely was talking about that because I was expressing to you all how, I have these expectations of myself, and I'm always trying to become a better individual, and a lot of you all were encouraging me to just let it, just kind of let it play out and let it happen. Don't stress out about it, but just to continue to push forward. And I was not reading. I was not reading. It was a video. Right before I pushed the live button, this short came up. I can't even remember the name of I felt like it said guided something, but I don't even know who the author of the short was, who created the short. All I know is the short popped up, and I was like, man, if that short is not on time, can I read it to you all? I wrote down parts of what the short said. Like I didn't write the whole thing down because it was a lot, but the part that I caught, I was like, oh my goodness, that's for me today. And I like to share those things that kind of catch my attention with you all. So I'm going to read it because it's in line with what we're talking about. So let me see. I have right over here, and I'm just gonna read it right off the paper. So I'm just going to read it. Like I said, read it, and I'm paraphrasing because I can't tell you everything that was said in that short. I just want to make sure that's the disclaimer out there. It's not mine. I heard somebody else saying this, but it was quick. I was going into the live, but the short was on, so I was like, "Oh, let me look at this short." So it says, stop thinking too much. So stop thinking too much. Don't go into the past or the future. Be in the present. Why? Because you'll be free and completely immersed into whatever it is that you are currently doing. And that was telling for me in this situation because I often do that. Not so much about the past, but more about the future. Like, what it's a lot of planning that goes on in my head. What do I need to do right now to make this happen? What do I need to set in place to make sure that everything is secure, everything, to make sure that my future and my children's future, my husband's future, all of our future looks bright. That's what pushes me. So, that's one of the things that really motivates me. You know how they always say you should have a why? Those are my whys. My whys are making sure first that I'm on here being obedient as a child of God. That's my first. And then the other thing is I have daughters, and although they don't vocalize it all the time, I know that my actions and what I'm doing I know they're watching. Children are always watching. Your children are always watching, rather. And I'm always wanting to make sure that what I'm doing is a good representation of the space that I'm in, if that makes sense. So, I, when I'm having conversations with my daughter, and they're like, my daughters rather, and they say, let me give you an example. One of my elders reminded me the other day, Mom, hey, you're supposed to be doing a live today. I didn't even know that she was interested or that she was paying attention. But she's like, hey, you're supposed to be doing your live. What's happening? And I was like, yeah, but I have to make sure you all are okay first. And she was like, well, just do it. We have it under control. I was like, I'll wait and I'll just do it a little bit later. But the point is, in present time, she noticed it and she was like, Mom, you need to go ahead. Like, they recognize that this is something that I'm pursuing and that I want to have happen. So they're in support of it. And also, I had to remind myself that I can only do what I can do, right? There are only certain things that I can control in situations. I can control whether or not I show up. I mean, if something happens, then I can't control it. If it's something that's an uncontrollable situation that keeps me from coming on live or being more visible on YouTube. I'm just using YouTube for an example. But then there are also other things I cannot control. And I have to be mindful of that. But I thought I saw Hey Cherry Hey say something before I continue. I want to make sure. Yeah, that's so important. I used to focus on the past a lot, a lot. Yes, and sometimes we can get stuck in our past, especially if you made mistakes. We all have. And it's very easy to go back and just be like, man, I wish I would have did this differently, or if I had the opportunity to do this over again, I would do it. And I don't know how productive that is, because you cannot change the past. And if anybody is listening that does that, you cannot change the past. I mean, it happened. It's history. The past is the past. So when I saw that and the person just said to focus on the present, don't think too much. And I know that I'm an overthinker a lot of times. So don't think into the future, and the Bible even says tomorrow has worries of its own. So you're supposed to be focused on today, because God gives you enough for today. So don't focus on all those other things right now. They're not a priority. But also, yes, should you be saving? Should you be eating properly to make sure that you're in good health? All those things will come in the future. So I'm not saying to neglect those things. I'm just saying focus on today. And I guess that's why people always say the present is the present, or the present is a gift, right? Because it's a gift in that moment. You should be fully engaged. You should be just enjoying that present time, because you cannot change what happens in the past, and you cannot, you don't even know what's going to happen in the future. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. So you enjoy the present moment, because eventually the present moment is going to be the past, and I, like you, Cherry, Hey Cherry Hey, I can remember some things in my past with my kids. I'm like, man, if I would have been able to do this with them, or do that, or more of that. But all you're going to do is beat yourself up. All you're going to do is beat yourself up when you think about the past, or say, I wish I could have, should have, would have. That's over. Now what you can do is just say, today I'm going to make this change, in order to become a better person. I'll be doing this. I'll be doing that. Hey Cherry Hay says, I'm grateful not to be in that headspace anymore. I'm glad you are not. I'm so glad. Hey Bran, how you doing? He's so silly. Bran. OG Bran. OG Bran, 100 grand, my man. That's funny. OG Bran. OG Bran, you coming in, stirring it up again. It's fortunate to grow and move forward. Such a blessing. It is a blessing. Hey, she said. I tried to chat. Must be a new format. Got it now. Hello, everyone. It's I don't know. It's vertical live. I'm glad you're able to do it. I'm glad you got it. Hey, she said. Who else is here that I didn't say hi to? Everybody saying hi. Hey, Cherry, are you still my mommy? Hey, Cherry Hayes saying hi to she. Hey, Cherry Hayes laughing at OG Brand Brand. OG Brand Brand. Geeky Girls, do you got milk and cookies? I don't. Funny you are speaking on it. I was looking up analysis paralysis yesterday. Oh, wait. Tell us some more about that in the comment section, Sweet Thumb, if you're still in here. She said hello. Analysis paralysis. Let me see. I'm about to look that up. Analysis paralysis. I want to give you all the proper definition. Um, that's why I'm looking it up because I want to make sure I'm telling you the right thing. But I think that's when you're stuck, right? Isn't that when you're stuck? Like you're Sweet Thumb. Oh, okay, I still see you there. Analysis paralysis, also known as choice paralysis. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was also known as choice paralysis. Is when someone or a group is unable to make a decision due to overthinking or an abundance of options. Man. You look at something so hard, you get stuck thinking about it. Man, if I could tell you all how many times that's happened to me, and then how many times like now I'm just a little bit more cognizant, like I kind of recognize when it's happening. For example, a couple of nights ago, this was actually before I did the YouTube, that's so funny. This was actually before I did the live a couple of days ago, which is when I came on there and I was just like, you guys, I need to do this more and do that more. And then everybody's like, hey, just let it work out for you. It's because I was looking at my analytics and I'm looking at the analytics. And when I look at the analytics, I really study them. I'm looking at them, I'm just like, why was it a change right here and why was it a change there and why didn't this happen, why didn't that happen, this happened, then I want to dig deeper, and then I'm looking at the numbers, and then I'm like, Andrea, you shouldn't be looking at the numbers, because I know I shouldn't be looking at the numbers, because sometimes those numbers. Hi, Queen Sunshine. How are you? Blessings. It's been a while. I know. It's good to see you too. Thank you for coming in. So we're talking about analysis paralysis right now because Sweet Thumb brought gave us that lovely word. What is it called? Sweet Thumb brought that up. Analysis paralysis. I was talking about focusing. So the topic is. Let me stop and slow down. The topic is focusing on what you can do, not on what you cannot do. That's a summary. Okay, don't focus on what you cannot do, because one thing I'm learning is, I told you on the past, I'm definitely a person that likes to control situations when I can, and I like to have my hands in it and make sure it's done this way and my way, and I've had to learn how to ease off a lot lately, especially with my girls getting older. I'm like, man, this is hard work, because not because I want to control their life or anything, but because I just like to make sure that the parts are moving correctly and that everybody's safe, everybody's happy. And I know I know that I can't do that forever. I do know that. So that's also how I am when I'm looking at numbers and things like that. I'm like, okay, so I need this to move like that. I need that to do this and that. And that. So when I was looking at those numbers, I'm like, okay, I need to stop looking, because my eyes were literally glued to that screen, and I was writing notes and trying to snap pictures of the numbers and all types of stuff. And then I found myself doing exactly what that is, overthinking, overthinking it. And then I just said to myself, hey, Andrea, you know what? You can't change those numbers. What I can do is show up. What I can do is come on and chat with people. What I can do is come share. What I can do is come talk about the love of God, because that's what I end up doing anyway. What I can do is do what I can do, what's in my control. But I can't worry about the metrics. I can't worry about the analytics. I can't worry about why this thing moved, why this one didn't move. I just need to put it up there and let it go the way that it's supposed to go. Sweet Thumb. Most problems can be fixed, but understand when it's worth the effort. Yeah, that's absolutely right. I remember when I was in high school, and you all tell me what you think about this statement. I remember when I was in high school, a guy that was a really good friend of mine, he said to me before, big facts. Yeah, that is big facts. Hey, Jerry, hey, you're right. He said to me, complex problems are really simple. And I was like, what in the world are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean complex problems are really simple? And we were younger, and I was like, okay, is this like, what's he trying to say? Hey, Joshua, thank you for coming in. So I was like, what's that supposed to mean? But then I started to understand what he was talking about. What I gather he meant was you have a complex problem, but if you break that complex problem down, if you break it down and take away these unnecessary parts, it's going to be simple. It's really simple. So it may be a whole bunch of simple things that made it complex. And if you just take maybe a little piece of it at a time and you just take that part and you work on that, or you take the other part and you dissect that, it can be really simple. And now you're not going to be overwhelmed with what you thought was a complex issue because you took it in pieces. Sweet Thumb said the most complex problems are the ones you have to dumb yourself down. I don't want to misunderstand. Can you explain a little bit more? The most complex problems are the ones you have to dumb. Oh, yeah, 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 I can see that. How are you doing, Geeky Girl? Geeky, aka Miss Chocolate Chip Cookie. I'm doing good. I haven't had any chocolate chip cookies today, but I'm doing good. I'm here. The sun's shining. It's a beautiful day outside. Because we've been having a lot of cold weather and rain, like rain and cold. I don't like it when it rains and it's cold. Those two together, I don't. Because I'm already a person that's always cold. So when it rains and it's cold, I feel like I'm gonna turn into a popsicle. So I'm glad that today is supposed to get up to 70, some high 70s, and hopefully it'll stay because we've had a cold front. And like, I don't mind like sprinkles if it's hot outside, but I don't like the rain when it's cold. So I know I said a lot, but I was trying to answer your question, Joshua. Yes, we make things harder than it needs to be. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we do. We make them harder than it needs to be. And sometimes, like you might find yourself fixated, or like Sweet Thumb said, analysis paralysis. You might find yourself in that space, and then you're going through all the motions, and then something happens. Like, say for example, this is something I think about. If you say you have a disagreement with somebody, right? And then you thinking all the worst things that can happen. Oh, this is gonna happen. That's gonna happen. I need to respond like this. I need to right. You're going through all those things, and then all of a sudden, you have a conversation with that person, and it's like, oh, it's not that bad after all. Like, you sat up here and you just thought about all the worst things. Oh, this person's not going to understand me. This person is going to have a problem with what I say. This person's going to whatever. This person not going to like me anymore. This person might. And also, if that person don't like you anymore after the said conversation, as long as you're, you know, being adult or adulting and respecting people's boundaries and being respectful, if they decide to leave out of your life, that's quite all right. You let them go. Let them go. But anyway, yeah, we make all these things up, and then once it happens, you're like, whoa, that wasn't so bad after all. Okay. I have recently been in a situation like that, and I was like, okay, how do I respond to this? Should I say it this way? Should I say it that way? And then finally I was like, I'm putting way too much thought into it. Let me just say my two little sentences. I'm not gonna make it complex. I'm gonna make it real simple so that the person understands exactly what I'm saying, and we can come to an understanding. Because if they didn't understand what I said, they would have been well within their right to ask questions. But I just said, let me make it as simple as possible, and I did. And it was like, okay, well, we have a mutual agreement, and the problem was solved. So I don't know. I'm looking at your comments. The Most High keeps me grounded. I've had some things arise, but that small voice reminds me, you're good. I know, man. Isn't it that small voice? It's always that small voice, you all. And I don't know. Some of you may say, what small voice are you talking about? Well, it is the voice of God. It's the voice of God. And as I talked about before, you may hear it differently. You may not hear the voice of God like I do. For me, I feel like I get little taps. I feel like God is like, hey, daughter. And I feel like he talks to me in a way that I can understand, hey, chill out. Get yourself together. And I'm like, oh, I get it. Because really, if he talked to me in a different way, I'd be like, what if I was like, oh, I don't understand what you're saying, God. I need you to make it a little easier. Hey, Tamika. Hey, Tamika. 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 Mika. Mika. Not be dumb, but pull back and find a simple way. Yeah, no, I understood. Just I understood it. I thought you would want to. Where's that coming from? I didn't know if you would want to elaborate on your thoughts. So, what's that? I'm sorry, you. I don't know what that sound is. Um, oh, that's crazy. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sitting in front of my desktop too, so I heard something. I just didn't know where the sound came from. So yeah, you do have to pull back and find a simpler way. I agree with what you're saying, and thank you for elaborating on that, sweet thumb. Thank you for that. So true. Please hit thumbs up. Yes, please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And share this out if you don't mind. Mika, Mika. That's true. Tamika Davis. Any person is like that sometimes. That's what Joshua said. Yes, Andrea, I'm so grateful to hear. Yeah, okay. Thank you for bringing me back. Hey, Cherry. Hey, because I almost lost my thought. So, yeah, I'm grateful, first of all, that God thinks that I'm special enough to give me a warning. And I know what I was talking about yesterday, discipline. And I was talking about pruning. That's what it was. I was talking about discipline and pruning, and that sometimes you may feel like you're being disciplined. I mean, it is a form of discipline. I guess I should say you should feel like it's a punishment. That may have been a better word. I say discipline for punishment. Okay, so you're being disciplined or punishment. But what God is really doing is pruning you. So when God chastises me, when God tells me to do something, I'm actually grateful. You know why? Two reasons. It could be more than two reasons. I'm just thinking two reasons right now. Two reasons because one, I know that I'm still his child because he took the time to say, hey, I'm going to let her know right now that she's wrong or that she needs to make some corrections. And like I said, it's never one of those voices where I'm so afraid. I'm like, oh my God, God says something. I'm scared. I'm going, I'm shrinking because I have a healthy fear for God, a reverence. I have a reverence for God, so I respect God. So when I hear from Him, I love to hear from Him because, like I said, I feel like, hey, God has billions of other people to be worried about, but He's worried about me. You know what I mean? Like, He came around to check on me out of all these people in the world. If I were God, I'm not sure. First of all, thank God I'm not God because it'll be a whole lot of people in my DMs. It would be a whole bunch of people on my waiting list. It'll be a whole bunch of people like, hey, did you get that email? Because I ain't seen you. I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like my file cabinet would probably be so long, I would not ever in life be able to keep up. So I just want to make it known that I am so very grateful that I'm not the creator of this universe because there will be so many upset people with me. I mean, they would really be upset with me. They would because I'd be like, look, I can barely watch out for these five people. How am I supposed to watch out for all you billions and trillions? Anyway, I can talk about that all day. So I'm just grateful that I'm not. So that's the first reason that he felt like I was special enough and that he loved me enough to even come by and say, hey, I saw what you said the other day. Or no. While I'm inside of it, not even the other day. Hey, I see what's happening. You need to apologize. And then sometimes I'm like, I might feel like I don't need to, but you get convicted, right? You get convicted. Um, for example, when I was having a conversation with somebody and I was getting a little upset, and I could tell I was getting upset because my eyes were doing what they do, and my cheekbones usually flare, and I knew I was getting upset. And I was like, Lord, calm me down. Jesus, please, Jesus, calm me down. Lord, Jesus, help me, please, God. And I felt this peace. You know that peace they talk about? The peace that surpasses understanding? That's the kind of peace I'm talking about. And I said some things. And I don't curse. I'm not a person that curses, so I'm not talking about that. But I definitely can say some things. I told you all, my tongue can be sharp if it was not for God. If it was not for God. And so I know I was using some vocabulary and I was like, you know what? I probably was winning. I was I was probably getting the best of that individual, but then God was like, he was like, you need to, you need to apologize. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to apologize. I'm right. No. You need to apologize. That was hurtful. And you also need to give that person a break. And I'm just like, you're right. I knew right then and there. I was like, dang, man, man, God, you always all in my business. Man, why can't I just get that one that one time? Like, I wanted my lick back. I wanted my lick back. I was like, no, I need to be able to say this because I don't think they understand, you know, the intensity of this conversation. And I was really trying to make this point and I wanted to bring it home. And right in the middle of me bringing it home and saying, hey, da, 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 whatever I was saying, I don't remember everything. I know I was saying it. And I know God was like, nope, you need to get it together. You need to get it together. Pull yourself together. And you can, you need to stop. And that was another thing. I'm like, I was full swing. You know, how have you ever like you were trying to prove your point and you were doing a great job, like you were debating so well, and then you just, you know, right in the midst of it, it's just like, you need to be quiet. You need to just stop. I feel like that. I was like, man, I gotta stop because God was like, God told me, you need to be quiet, daughter. He just pulled me up. Yes, pulled me up and stopped my whole conversation. Y'all, I could have had cliff notes to that thing and notes because I was really going. I'm like, no, you need to know. This is what you did. I feel this way. And I'm telling you because I have a right to tell you. And I'm one of those people you are that I believe in equality. I believe in justice. I believe in you standing up for yourself, right? I believe in standing up for myself and I stand up for other people too. Hey, Jay, I like to shit you out. Hey, thank you so much. The Cliff Notes, yeah. Thank you for coming in, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. I know I'm probably going on a rant, but I had to say this. And I really was like, you know what? I'm in. I'm telling you that I had I was just like in that moment I was so proud of myself for articulating myself and saying what I had to say. And I feel like that a lot because I really, like I said, I believe in standing up for myself. I used to stand up for people all the time, a lot of people, even people I didn't know. And I'm like, you remember people told me that ain't your battle. It's not your battle. And I don't even know if I'm still talking about, I'm not even on topic right now, but I just feel like I had to say this. It's not your battle. I had to learn it the hard way. It was not my battle. Not everything that I saw as an injustice or I saw as an issue was my battle to fight. I had to learn that. I had some taps. I had to have a couple taps on the shoulder. Andrea, be quiet. Andrea, close your mouth. This ain't it. This not the one. And I'm telling you, if I didn't have that little tap, mm, whew, if mm, all I can say is but God. So that's the first thing. I'm just so glad that he wanted to see about me. The second thing is I know that when I'm being corrected, it's going to make me a better person. I do not get upset about it. I don't get upset about it. If it's coming from God, if it's coming from somebody who you don't even know me, you don't even know what you're talking about, and you trying to tell me how I should be, would be, can be, unless, I mean, did the good Lord tell you to tell me that? I need to have, now if you said the good Lord told you to tell me that, I need a confirmation. Somebody else had to say the same thing, or the good Lord gonna have to tell me. Because why he tell you to tell me that, but I don't even know. Now I think he'd let me know about that. So I don't know. I don't even know why I'm talking about this right now. I I'm gonna blame it on you, hey Cherry, hey. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me go back. Hey Miss Patty, did I say hi to Miss Patty? I don't know if I did. Let me go back. I see Jay. Sweet thumb. I know. Yep, the calm came over me. I'm telling you. Hey, Cherry. Hey. Nightbot is talking. Okay, Deborah. I think that was the last person I saw. So, Miss Patty. Hey, Miss Patty. Just in case I ain't say hi. It does not hurt for me to say hi again. Um, Tamika. I know I said hi to Tamika because I was giving a Tamika song. That calm just came over me. Yes, it did. Hey, Cherry. Hey. I need the calm too. Thank God for it. She said, sweet hi LP. Oh, LP came in. Hey LP. I don't think I said hi to you. Hey LP, how you doing? How you doing? Yes, I gotta get that lid back. Sometimes it's just like, man, I gotta say something back. Sometimes I'm like, man, I just gotta say something back. Other times I'm like, hands off. Let me just ease on out of here. It's not even worth the argument. It ain't even worth the fight. And I know that's not me. I know that's God within me that keeps me from getting my lick back because the the Andrea that, we don't have to speak of because she's brand new now. But that thing, she'd be like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? And that's right, hey Cherry, hey, I had to get that lip back, but he be pulling me up. He pulled me up every time. Like, don't even say it. Just pulling me up by the collar. Come, come on, girl. You need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. You need to stop right now because this is about to get real. J. How you doing, Jay? How you doing, Jay? Jay, thank you for that. If you still here, are you still here? Let me see before I say something, because it won't make sense for me to say it if you're not even here to hear it. Um, Sweet Thumb said, going tit for tat. Yep, push you in battles where nobody wins. Absolutely right. Just because that's not even worth your time. Like, you could use that energy, exert that energy in other places. And I've learned that. Like, I don't need to go tit for tat. I don't have. You feel how you feel. I feel how I feel. We can respect each other's opinion. I respect what you say. I might not agree with I may not agree with what you say, but I can respect the fact that you said it. And then we can both go our merry little way. I don't have any expectations of you. Do what makes you happy, right? Do what makes you happy. And then other times, sometimes things need to be said. And I think, look, the good Lord Jesus allows me to say those things that needs to be said. So I'm thankful for that too. But anyway, you all. Hey, Quincy, how you doing? Hey. Who else? Deborah. Everybody speaking. Quincy, the J. Let me see, is Jason in here? Who you talking to? And he just jump in like, child. Yes, girl, be still. He be like, child, I told you I got this. You need to sit down somewhere and be quiet. Hey, Black Guns, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you in here. I love seeing all you coming in here. Hey, Miss Betty. Hey, Miss Betty. Y'all, Miss Betty, man, Miss Betty, you like my mother on YouTube. She be looking out for me and checking on me to make sure I'm doing good over here with these kids. And that I ain't lost that up there. Oh, yes. Hey, Miss Betty. Who else? LP. Okay, I said hi to LP. Let me just catch up for 1 second because I don't ever want to, ignore anybody in the chat. I try my best to acknowledge you all. And thank you all for being so patient with me because sometimes I'm just so far behind. I know I'm far behind. Hey, Six Bowls. Hey, Geeky Girl. Good to see you. Is this a vertical live? Yes, it's vertical. And yeah, I'm trying it out. I've been trying it out for the past couple live streams, 6, and I don't know. We're gonna see how it works out. I won't continue to just do vertical lives. I'll probably still mix in the other kind. I'm just doing a vertical live today because it was easier for me to just whip out my cell phone. I was like, look, it's in my pocket. I'm gonna walk away from the girls for a little bit. Prop that phone up. It's propped up on a book right now, so hopefully it won't fall. But it's propped up. I have it on my phone stand, but my phone stand tilts backwards. I don't know why they made it that way. It doesn't tilt straight up, so I had to prop it on the book too. So that one night it fell. I don't remember. It just was like, okay, I'm done. But today it seems to be secure. But anyway, it's a vertical live stream 6. And I can see everybody's comments on here. I don't know, I'm sure you've done vertical lives before. I'm the person who's usually late to the party. Oh, Miss Betty. I'm doing amazing, Quincy. Thanks. I hope you're doing amazing as well. That was from Hey Cherry Hey. And Hey Cherry Hey said, hey, 6, with the hearts. Miss Betty said, yep, get those babies together. Hubby, then YouTube. Oops, husband's first. Yes, Miss Betty. Oh, that's so funny because that sounds like me too. I'd be like, my kids. And then I'd be like, wait a minute. Oh, I think that's in the wrong order. My husband, my kids. Y'all, I'm just joking. Yeah, it's my husband first. God first, husband, kids. That's how it's supposed to be. Then all the other stuff, right? So, when you all see me, that's because that's my order. And I think you all know that because I say that enough on here. So, for those of you who are in the Geeky Girls Journal family, you're the true dreamers. The dreamers. You all know. You all know what it is. Because Jay even said it last night on his live. I don't know if he's still here. He was just like, we get you, Geeky Girl. We understand. Miss Betty said it too. We understand. I'm just glad that you all understand. I'm just glad that y'all still understand, yet you still show up. So I'm grateful for that because I don't expect anything from anybody on here. My expectations are for myself. Andrea, show up. Andrea, do what God called you to do. Because let me tell you all something. And then I'm going to just stop and get back to this chat. You can only be disobedient for so long. Let me tell you something. My mother called me out years ago on this and was like, listen, you are running a race, girl. You're running a race. She was like, you're running a race. And eventually, you're going to stop. She's like, you're running a marathon. And at times I was sprinting, but my time is up. Not my time is up like something gonna happen to me. I'm talking about my time is up because I finally gave my life to Christ. And I was like, you know what? I need to separate from some things. And you don't always have to take the approach that I took. I wanted to find out more and more about God. I wanted to, like I said, do things that I thought would be pleasing in His sight. And I continue to grow in that. That's why I come here and share with you all. It's because I'm not perfect. I have so many flaws, but I'm a person that's learning, that's always willing to learn, and a person that's courageous enough to say that I have a relationship with God. And some of you have done the same in here. So that's why I come the way that I am. That's who I am. If those are things that anybody here does not like to talk about and you don't like that about me, it's probably best for you to exit scene because I'm gonna always talk about it at some point in my conversation. Even when I'm not trying to talk about it, it comes up. So there you have it. Let me see. LP 14 in the chat, only 9 thumbs up. If you don't know how to like, press the 3 dots upper right corner and hold screen for menus to pop up. Look at LP giving those, and it worked too, LP. You got those thumbs up for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like when you all do that because I forget sometimes. I should be talking and carrying on and forget to say stuff like that. Miss Betty is saying hello to Sweet Thumb. She said hello, hello. Tamika said, hey to Black Guns. Miss Patty, hey Cherry, hey, how are you? Frugal Mama, hello, Frugal Mama. How you doing? How are your watermelon coming along? Watermelons coming along because you had packs and packs I saw. And Miss Betty said, hey, baby girl. Tamika, how you the baby girl too? I just want you to have one baby girl, Miss Betty. That's me. No. No, I'm just playing, Tamika. You can be a baby girl too. I guess you can have more than one. I guess. Not me trying to run Miss Betty's kids over here. Frugal Mama. Miss Betty, thumbs up. 6 bowls. Miss Patty. Hey, Frugal LP. 6 bowls is back. Hey, Jay. Is he still in here? Is Jay still in here? Tamika. I'm doing amazing, Patty. Thanks, honey. How are you? Okay, everybody's talking about hi, loves. Am I behind or am I just... I'm trying to catch up, you guys, because I don't want you all to talk about something and I'm not on task. Greetings to everybody doing well. Right on. Frugal Mama, hi. Everybody saying hi. Miss Patty, you're always looking great with your blessed self. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Separate from some things. We're works in progress. Always, Miss Patty. Thanks for your kindness, teacher. I didn't know how to like vertical lives and some folks helped me. Oh, okay. Good. So you just, you repaying the favor. Good. That's good. I love it. Work crazy. Of course. Always. That's work. You got to pay the bills though. Oh, Frugal Mama's watermelons are looking amazing. I need to come over there and look because okay, first of all, let me tell you all, you Miss Patty, because you garden and you do stuff like that. I'm telling you all, I don't know when I look at everybody's garden and all I see are these like leaves and I see things sticking out of the dirt and I'm like, what is that? And how they know what it is? Because I would just have to have labels on everything. These are watermelon, these are this is that. But it always amazes me how other gardeners can come in and be like, hey, that's cantaloupe, that's that. But all I saw was dirt. And all I saw were little leaves, So always learning and growing, or we should be. I agree, LP. I definitely agree. So let me tell you, what do you all think about this? Maybe I should have made it for another conversation. I'll make it for another conversation. Yeah, I'll make it for another conversation. Maybe tomorrow. It's going to be, let me see, about God answering your prayers. What do you think about that? You can come back with your answers. God answering your prayers. And I need to write this down so I'm not telling you all I'm going to do it and then I don't. God answers your prayers. Okay. God answers your prayers, just not in the way you thought he should have. So that's what I think I'm gonna talk about tomorrow. I just thought about that. The plants are so healthy looking, Frugal Mama. Man, now I want to go see. You got to come see those melons. I'm gonna go over there right now because I have my computer in front of me. I won't be able to play anything. So yeah, I'm gonna look up Frugal Mama right now so I can see these melons that everybody speaks of. Cause I didn't. The last time I thought they were just, unless I missed it, it could have been possible. Frugal wellness with Frugal Mama. Anybody else doing anything that Anybody else doing a live today, or is anybody else uploading a video today? Going quick. Oh, have a blessed day at work, Frugal Mama. It's going to go quick and smooth for you, darling. Yes, I'm in agreement with that. It's going to go quick and smooth and all the best things coming to you, Frugal Mama. I think I'm going to have to look through your videos to see where the watermelon videos are, because I missed your last couple. I think I missed your last. Okay, am I gonna know what I'm looking at if I look at Frugal Mama's video? Am I gonna, like, is it anything that looks like it could potentially be a watermelon, or is it just gonna be some leaves, Miss? I still look at it, Frugal, but I just want to know, like, what am I looking for? Can somebody help me? Thanks, you all. Y'all are so sweet. I mean, you all are so sweet and kind. That's what Frugal Mama said. Oh, hey, Sweet Thumb. Let me see what you said. Oh, the plants are so healthy. That's Miss Patty. Sweet Thumb said, Geeky Girls Journal, you will be surprised what you learn when you decide to start gardening. I'm sure. The problem is I don't want to start gardening. Like, I don't know. I guess I can't have it both ways. If I want fresh fruit and fresh, produce, I would have to garden. But I don't. Y'all just have to know me. Like, I don't even do plants. My daughter, that's her, and she's about to leave. Like, she has plants, and she wanted a garden, but I was like, girl, you're about to leave. Who want to take care of that garden? Not me. So maybe one day, if the good Lord puts it on my heart, I can come back and report to you all and then show you all the seeds like Frugal Mama. But for now, I just like looking at you all. Y'all do an excellent job. You go ahead. That's your ministry. You go ahead and raise those watermelon. You raise those cantaloupe. Raise those turnips that Frugal Mama like to eat. You raise all those great things. Grow all those great things, and then I'll just keep watching and seeing, how you all have progressed, how you're progressed. Let's see. Oh, LP giving me a tip. Let me read it. Let me read what LP said. As you garden, you learn, like so many other things. Oh, things become familiar to you as you learn the shapes of the leaves. Oh, okay. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Okay. Thanks. That was Fruit Mama. Hi, Tamkar. I hope I said your name right. Is it Tamkar or Tamkar? Home. Thank you for coming in. Welcome. Welcome to Geeky Girls Journal. So we're here currently talking about gardening because everybody's trying to explain to me what to look for and the special leaves and stuff like that because I have no idea what I'm looking for. But we're also talking about focusing on what you can do and not on what you can't. And I was just saying earlier, those things that you can do, do it. Be in that present moment. The things that you cannot do, do not stress out about it. You know what? I'm telling you all. I've been there a couple times, too many, where I'm like, okay. And I didn't think about it like that. Like, Andre, you can't change this. But now that I know better, I try to do better. But yeah, I try to just do what I can do. You're welcome for the introduction. Thank you for coming in. Let's see. Oh, LP, it's a beautiful thing to grow your own food. Do you cook with herbs? Yes. They're not always fresh. Is that bad? I do with some, not all. I pick and choose. You could even start there with a little pot or two on the window sill with some basil, thyme, oregano, or whatever. See, that all sounds wonderful, but I'm telling y'all, this girl right here, yeah, I'm glad that you giving me some tips because that sounds like it would be an easy start. And maybe, who knows? At least I know, like if I were to ever do it, at least I know I have you all that I can go and be like, hey, LP, what do you think about this? Hey, Frugal Mama, Miss Patty, what should I do with this? My leaves look like they leaning to the side, or my my watermelon, let me ask you all something because you all are growing these watermelon. How do you know if a watermelon? I don't eat watermelon, but my family members do. Some of my family members do. So how do you know when you get a good watermelon? Or what's a good watermelon? And I don't know what's necessarily a good watermelon. Like, how do you know when you're in the store and you're looking at them? Oh, that's a good one. That's gonna be good today. Because I was in a store years ago and this lady told me, but I forgot what she said because she was saying a whole lot, and I didn't have my notepad and my pencil down to take notes. But she was trying to really tell me what to look for. Like if it has a spot on it, that means this. If it did this, that means that. And I was just like, and my daughter and I were looking at her, and I was just like, you know, kind of like that thing where, you know, like you looking at a person and you trying to take it all in, but it was just a lot, and it was complex, and I was trying to break it down in a simple form, like an equation, and I could not remember. So I got in the car with my daughter, and I was like, "Do you know what she said? Do you remember which one she said was a good watermelon?" And she was like, "I don't know." She said a lot, so it wasn't just me, but. That day we picked out one. I didn't taste it, but my kids said it was good. So whatever she said was a good tip. The Most High is always on time for me. I'm patient, and I never used to be, but I love that He makes me wait. If everything is just handed, then nothing learned. So grateful for this journey. Man, that is a good point right there. Hey, Cherry, hey, because that's the truth. I will say that I've not always been a patient person. In fact, I still find myself sometimes struggling with patience, but I'm so much better than I was. And you're right. When I'm waiting, I learn things within that season. I learn so much. And also, that's a part of the pruning process, right? When you think about it, because you all are gardeners. Some of you are gardeners here, and you can tell us about pruning. But what I read about pruning was what I read about it. I don't do it. What I read about pruning is you prune things to try to get those unnecessary things off, or sometimes it might be a dead tree or branch or whatever stem, so you cut that in order to produce more fruit or produce more of whatever that thing is. So if you think about it in a human, if you think about it in what do I want to call it? If you think about it in a sense where we're a tree or a plant, we have to also be pruned, right? We have to be pruned in order to produce fruit, in order to become a better person, producing fruit. In order to become a better person, it may be to get more clarity in a situation, it may be to have a better understanding of what your purpose is, but all in all, it's us being pruned. Like I was talking about earlier when I said God chastised me. He's like, listen, come on, you need to stop. And one time in particular, I remember he didn't say anything. He was just like, give him a break. Like he was tell the person I was talking to, he said, give him a break. I heard it clearly, but it was like a whisper. And I was like, okay. Oh, some just caught my eye. Is that frugal in a okay, focus, Andrea. So he was like, yeah, give him a break. And I was like, man, it was just so clear. And I was being disciplined in that moment. And I'm telling you, that one statement made a huge difference from that point to where I am today. My whole attitude shifted because I realized I was really going in. I'm like, you need to take a step back. Like you need to relax yourself. And I feel like God was allowing me to say stuff, but then at a certain point, kind of like it is with your kids, they may be doing something, you like, hey, and all you gotta do is get a look. He gave me the look like, get it together. And I knew it. And I was like, man, I gotta get it together. And I got it together. I'm telling y'all, it's made a difference in my relationship with that person. It's been cool, like smooth sailing. And all it took was for me to make a choice at that moment. Get it together or continue. Because I know God would have let me do either. He was gonna give me the flexibility to make that choice. Go ahead. If you wanna go ahead and keep doing it, you go ahead and you keep on talking. Or you can give them a break. No, that person may not have been right. I may not have been right in that situation, but I extended grace. And because that happened, it's a difference in the relationship. I'm telling you, just because I had to put a muzzle in my mouth. And I'm not telling you all, I'm not even a vicious person with my words. Like, I just say what my feelings are and what my truth is. You know, I speak up for myself. And in that moment, it was like, okay, just yeah, you can speak up for yourself, but not everything needs to be said all the time, I guess. But anyway, yeah, now that I wait, when I'm patient, when I'm waiting, I'm being pruned. I'm learning how to deal with different people in different situations. I have definitely learned, like I told you all before, that every battle is not mine. So instead of me fighting that battle, now I'm just like, okay, all right, if that's what you want to do it. That's your business. It ain't my business. Do how you want to do. Do what you want to do. That is your decision to make, not mine. Let's see. Frugal Mama said, GGJ, just leaves, but I would be lying if I said they are easy to identify. I'll be wrong all the time. That'll be me, Frugal. I'll be in your car like, Frugal Mama, what leaf is that? We'll both be trying to figure it out together. Or you, of course, will have more knowledge than I would, but I guess it would be fun. I could see it being fun. Thanks for the introduction. Frugal Mama said, I didn't even like outdoors 10 years ago. Now I stay outside. Really? Okay, so that's kind of my story. Like I don't really like the outdoors like that. It's since I had kids, and I'm like, man, y'all want to go outside again? Like, we outside. I guess we outside. It's so addicting. Really, man, that's coming from somebody who didn't like the great outdoors. So I could. I don't know, Frugal Mama. I hear what you're saying. I do. I'm listening. But I don't know about making that commitment right now, y'all. Like, that sounds like a lot. What's that, a gray hair? It sure is. Y'all see that gray hair? It's glistening too. But yeah, that just sounds like a lot. Hmm. You can save money growing your own herbs. Forgive me pushing the gardening. Sorry, not. No, I'll push it because you never know. It does. It's okay. Like I don't mind people suggesting things to me because if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. If I'm not, I'm not. It's all right. I find it hilarious and I love it actually because you are actually caring enough. Like you care enough to tell me, hey, grow your own fruit. And also, at least I'll know what happened with my fruit if it's in my garden. At least I'll know, that nothing was sprayed on it and that, you know, I'll get it earlier too, wouldn't I? I'll have it on time instead of it being because, if you think about it, when you get fruit and vegetables and stuff like that in the store, they don't get it as soon as it comes off the land. It takes a while because it has to be shipped to that store or driven or whatever. So we probably getting it days or weeks late in some cases. At least if I had my own garden, I could pick. That is a true story. I would be able to pick my own fresh everything. I just, I don't know. I think I would like going out there playing in the dirt. I used to make mud pies when I was little, so I probably would like to do that. But I'm just, what if the plants don't grow? And then I'm like, man, plants not even growing. Can't get my greens to grow right. Can't get my cucumbers. I guess it's trial and error though. I gotta try the window ledge and see what happens. You gonna try it? Hey, Cherry, hey. Hey, Miss V, how you doing? I used to buy basil from the store, use some, then it went bad so fast. Now I cut as needed. I know it goes real bad. What is the shelf life on basil now, LP? Since you said basil, I'm gonna use basil. What's the shelf life like when you have it, when you take it out of your own garden? Because I'm telling you, my daughter requests stuff like that all the time, and I buy it, and I'm like, she ain't even use it. I waste the money because she didn't get to it in time, and now it's bad, and I had to throw all these ingredients away, all those herbs and stuff. And I'm like, man, I wasted my money on that. MTV Crime Podcast, FMLP. Miss V is saying hi to you all. Yes, hey Cherry, hey, that's LP. Hey Cherry, Cherry getting the love, and it's good because Cherry is such a wonderful person. All of you all are here. Hey Cherry, hey, thanks LP because I need to know love. I'm definitely not a green thumb, but I'm glad to get the info. Yeah, that's where I stand too. Hey Cherry, hey. I like to learn about this stuff, but gardening. Also, maybe with gardening, it's easier to understand those passages in the Bible, right? If you know about gardening and you know about pruning, then when you read something about pruning, you're like, oh yeah, because I remember when this happened, that happened. How are you, darling? LP, it's hard for me to focus on one task. I have so much to do, even in one space. So I see it all and think I have to do it all at once. Ah, that's me too. We gotta get better, LP. Then honestly, none of it gets done except my discouragement. Mine gets done, but I'm so hard on myself. I'm like, man, I didn't do, if I had 10 things on my list, I'm like, man, I didn't do the 7 things. I need to make sure I get all this done, or I didn't do all 10 things. So I got to let up on myself because, life happens, and I'm learning that. So I'm similar. I always have a lot of thoughts going, and I think you all witness them when I'm talking. Like talking and then I think of something else, and then I move from one topic to the next, and I might forget what I was talking about, and you all kind of bring me back, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I was talking about that. Or I'm thinking about something while I'm talking. And I don't really know how to shut that off. Like, that's just gonna happen. I guess that's just my makeup. You already have the gardening bug and don't even know it. Sweet thumb, do not point that out to me because I do not need to go buy anything else from places like Home Depot and Lowe's. Y'all have me in there buying gardening stuff now. I don't know. You know what though? But when all my kids, because my youngest, my baby girl, she about to go to school, so don't be surprised if one time I show up with some overalls or something on, and I'll be like, "Hey, y'all, look at me in my garden." And we on video and we all working together. Then I'm like, "Sweet thumb, so what do I do with this? How much of this do I put in that? And what kind of fertilizer do I need? What kind of soil?" Because what I do understand, because my husband told me this, is that you gotta have certain soil for certain things, and whatever, right? All that talk that I listened to, but I ain't really absorbing it because I don't need that information at that moment. So what I learned to do is try to take the information I need for right now and say, okay, I need this information right now. And then other stuff that I learned, just because I learned, sometimes it takes the back seat and I just have to pull them out later. Speaking of which, and I don't know if Cal Daly is in here, I don't think he is, but he asked me a question last night about the lost books of the Bible. Is there anybody that has done extensive research on the lost books of the Bible? Because I looked into it years ago, like 10 years ago when I first heard about it. And I was just like, what? This lost books of the Bible? I didn't know that. And I was very interested and I looked it up. The only problem is that information was 10 years ago. I don't remember. I just remember something about the book of Enoch. And I wanted to, dive in and research it last night, but it was so late by the time I was able to do that, like 1 in the morning. And I knew I couldn't read about it at that moment because I would just be reading to reading and not absorbing anything, not focusing. So I'm gonna look into that, try to look into it. But I know it was let me see. I think I kept the page open, the tab open. I know it said it was wait, right here it says, I googled it. I googled the lost books of the Bible, and some of you might not know this. This is gonna be extra information for you to know that there are apocrypha. That's what the man was talking about earlier. Oh, okay. So I was watching this short, and this is why I said I had to do more research because I start like when I want to find out about something, I'll dive into it. And this guy earlier was talking about the apocrypha. I didn't know what he was talking about, but I see it right now on Google. But he was saying, I thought he said the apocrypha, that it was added in. And he said the year, but I'm not going to tell you what year he said because I don't remember, and I don't want to just make something up and tell you a year just for the sake of it. But he said a year that he said that it was not taken out of the Bible, but I don't know what else he was talking about after that. That's why I got to look it up. And he was also saying that I think he said Catholic and Protestant, that one of them kept it. I think he said Catholic. One kept the book Apocrypha. Somebody kept the Apocrypha and somebody did away with it because they said it was added later. Now, I don't know. What do you all think about that? Because now, okay, I want to tell you this too, and then I'm going to look at your comments. I also, while I was braiding my baby girl's hair, I told you, because after he asked me this question, I was like, I gotta know now. And I'm like, man, thank you very much for telling me this. And now I had to go look at it. So I was looking up Book of Enoch, and this video came up, and this guy was saying, I don't know if he was a preacher or whatever, his video just popped up, and I was looking at a part of it, and he was saying in there that you shouldn't look at the Book of Enoch. And I was just like, well, why wouldn't you want to read the Book of Enoch to see what the truth is? I just want to know what the truth is about the lost books of the Bible. So he was saying, don't read the Book of Enoch because Enoch says that he was the Messiah, or somebody in the Book of Enoch is saying that they were the Messiah. So I believe Jesus is the Messiah. Okay, so if I read the Book of Enoch and it tells me something different, now I'm investigating. I don't know, you guys. I don't have enough information to really share this with you in the live. I just wanted to kind of put it out there because I was asked this question at like 11 o'clock last night. So I'm putting this on you all. This is something, if you want to know about, you task with me to figure out what the lost books of the Bible are, what happened, what's this big thing about the book of Enoch and the Apocrypha. I don't know all of it, but right now I'm looking at Google, and Google says people also ask, what were the 14 books removed from the Bible? I can read those to you if y'all want to know. But then it also says, what are the 22 lost books of the Bible? What are the 19 books removed from the Bible? So which one is it? Is it 14? Is it 22? Is it 19? Because I know in the Bible it's 66, right? So how many books of the Bible have been lost? The Apocrypha consists of 14 books that were ultimately excluded from the biblical canon. Why were these books left out of most? It's got most in quotation marks Bibles. There are many reasons. Their late date of composition may have made them seem too recent. Their late date of composition may have made them seem too recent to be considered scripture. Oh, I don't know, y'all. I gotta look into it. Why was the book of Enoch removed? Let me see what you all are saying. Hey, Cherry. Hey, LP said, you don't have to start with the green thumb. You will learn and grow as you go. You will still have failures. We all do, but those are lessons. We keep going. Exactly. That's right. I mean, it's true. Looks like Hey Cherry. Looks like Hey Cherry Hey is ready because y'all won her over. Go ahead, Hey Cherry Hey. Let me know how those thyme and basil and all that stuff is growing for you. Let me know, girl, because I'm gonna ask you when I see you when you start. MTV Crime. Sweet Thumb said, hey Cherry Hey says, LP, it will get better, sweetie. Just one thing at a time, or just jot down one thing you want to do. Yeah. That's good advice, and it will go excellent. That's what I had to start doing, LP, because my mind seems like it's always on run. Like, always. I'm like, I got the things I'm thinking about, then I got the things that, these people in this house that I got to think about their stuff. And I'm like, okay, Andrea, which thing is most important? I'm telling y'all, I had to stop. I had to stop. So I can relate to what Hey Cherry Hey is saying. I had to stop and like, okay, which thing is the most important right now at this moment? That thing can wait. Do this thing first, and then do this thing second, do this thing third. And I literally put it in a book. Let me see. This is my book right here. I got it. This is one of my books right here. See that? My husband got me this one too, and I wrote some notes in this thing the other day. Let me see. See, I had to write some notes in here because I couldn't focus my thoughts. And I was like, okay, I need to focus. I need to make sure that, where is my one pink book? I wanted to share something with you all. I don't even know what I did with it. But it's something that I was writing down. I was trying to do journal entries, and I wrote these things down in my book. They were like little affirmations. And I know you all will like it, but I don't know what I did with the book. It was on my dresser, but my husband started moving my stuff around yesterday because we're going to try to start remodeling it or something at some point. So when I find it, though, I'm going to, I'll share it. I don't know where it is because I have, like I told you, I had all these books that I just write stuff in. So that was one of them, but I'm gonna get back to it and see. But that is great advice. Hey Cherry Hey, yeah, do one thing at a time, LP. Remember remember what I read to you, or maybe you all didn't hear it this morning. I'll read it again. So right before I came on this live, I saw this short where this man, he was talking about some things, but this is what captured my attention, so I wanted to write it down so I can make sure I said it to you. Stop thinking too much, LP, Andrea, whomever else this applies to. Stop thinking too much. Don't go into the past or the future. Be in the present. You know how people say present time, right? Okay, so be in the present. Andrea, stop ad-libbing and read the thing. Let me start over. Stop thinking too much. Don't go into the past or the future. Be in the present. Why? Because you'll be free and completely immersed into whatever it is that you are currently doing. Okay, that's me paraphrasing. That's me paraphrasing what he said. So I hope that helps, LP, because we all here to help each other. Let's see, what else are you saying? Hey Cherry Hey said, I appreciate that, LP. That's thanks so much. I'm definitely gonna give it a shot this summer. All right, okay. Looks like Hey Cherry Hey's gonna have a garden going this summer. LP, thanks, Cherry. It's like the topic here. I need to focus on what I can do and get that done. Then move on to the next. Yay! Yes, yes, you got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. And I'm dancing for you, but that's for me too. That's for both of us. I try to do it. I'm telling you, write it. That's why also I have all so many pieces of paper that I had to bring together and put in notebooks and folders, because wherever I am, it's always a notepad somewhere in my house, or always a piece of paper, because the kids got their notepads and paper. So if I see a piece of paper like this one, I saw this piece of paper this morning, and I would start jotting down when that guy, this one happened to be close by. I grabbed it real quick and wrote down what he said, and then I added my little post-it note to it. So yeah, if you have to do that to center your thoughts, do it, girl. Or do it. I'm just assuming you do, girl. I shouldn't say that. LP. Do it, LP. Do it. Do it, LP. That's awesome. Hey, Cherry. Keep us all posted on that. Yeah, keep us all posted. Hey, Cherry. We all learn every day. We're reeling them in. I know, how many people are you going to recruit today, LP? We're reeling them in. Come on, gardeners. Let's go. Let's go. Wellness says, LP, can't help it. I love it. Oh man, Frugal Mama, you went from not going outside to loving gardening. Y'all might make me have a different perspective, because I just think when I go out there and I had to, like, I was helping my husband, I'll help pull weeds and stuff like that. No, not help all the time. I helped twice. So I can't say all the time. I helped twice, and because it was so hot, and I was just like, man, I feel bad for you. You're the only man out here. And he was out there working, and all us ladies was in here in the air conditioning. And I was like, let me go on out there. I don't hate the outside that much. And I went outside and I was like, let me help you, husband. And I was just like, what you need me to do, husband? So he's like, if you can just pull a couple of those, that'll be helpful. I was like, okay, I got it. I got you. I got you. And I'm pulling these weeds out, right? I'm pulling and pulling, right? And when I pulled, you gardeners are probably gonna be like, this is it. Okay, so when I was pulling the weeds, I'm like, man, I don't know, but I was getting excited, because when I was pulling them out, all these roots and stuff was coming out. And I'm like, I didn't even realize this little, little leaf or little whatever it was, these weeds. I didn't even realize that they had all these roots, but I was just pulling and pulling, right? And so I enjoyed doing that. I'm not gonna even tell you all story. I really liked pulling weeds. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was, but I like pulling the weeds. Point of the story is, when I was pulling the weeds, I see all these worms, ants. There was even snakes in my backyard. And I know some people don't believe, but we had snakes in my backyard. There were snakes, and I'm not talking about the little garden snakes. They were long snakes. And my daughter looked up one. One of them was called, what, like a black rat? It was like a black rat snake. I can't remember what that thing was called. But she Googled it, because this happened like a while back with this particular snake. And she Googled it, and I was like, oh, man. I was like, man, that snake is big. So snakes and all that stuff. So I don't know. If I go down in there and garden, what else am I going to find? Because I've actually hit one with the lawnmower before, and I decided I would cut the grass for once in my life. And I was like, ooh, poor snake. Yes, exactly, Geeky Girl. You're right on point. Food from your own garden is more nutritious. Nutritious. Sorry, is more nutritious than from the store. Facts. I cut as I needed. But if I cut more than I need, I say no more than a couple days. Okay. Basil in your garden is just right. Just right there when you want it, until it dies back in the winter. Oh, okay. So just for, we're talking about summer and spring. I can see why not in the winter, because it'll be a frost. What about fall? Like, what do you grow in fall? If anybody can answer that, I'm just curious. She said, I dehydrate my own herbs. Okay. All right. How long does that last? Like, how you have to, I'm assuming you got to do it right away. And then if you dehydrate them, what's the next step if you're still in here? She said, like, do you have to freeze it, or do you have to do what with it? Because I don't know. And I don't know, like, how long you keep it after that. Maybe get 2 pots for you and your daughter. You each grow some herbs. She can take it with her. She would love to take it with her. She'd be like, oh, I want, no, don't, oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully I didn't do anything, LP. I pressed something by mistake. Just let me know if you're not able to speak. Wellness of Frugal Mama helps all those goodies. Composting helps all those goodies not go to waste and helps build the soil. I'll be out there feeling like Mother Earth. I bet you do, with your fingers all in the dirt and composting. My kids used to watch this show when they were real young, like real young. It was called Dirt Girl, and Dirt Girl, she did like a lot of that, like compost, and from what I remember, she was like trying to save the earth. I don't know if that was the whole theme of the show, but she was called Dirt Girl. So dirt girl world. And she, she showed what she did with compost. And I remember seeing probably 2 months ago another YouTuber who has a really large community, and he was doing, he was saying, I think leaves and what did he have? Worms. Oh no, in his compost he had all these. He had different things, and I think somebody was asking if they rake leaves, like what do they do with their leaves, and he was like, just add it to the compost. I was like, I didn't know. I didn't know you would put that in compost. And then he was saying that if you have worms, it's a good thing. Does that make sense? I hope I'm saying it right, because I may be getting him what he said mixed up with something else. But I thought he said something about worms being in the soil was a good thing, and I didn't. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. I I mean, I guess it's life. I guess I didn't know they were supposed to be in the compost, because I thought compost was just like the things you didn't need, or the things you were like the leftovers. I don't know. What is it? What is it, Mother Earth? Tell me. Sweet Thumb, LP, and you use the dry herbs if you preserve them. I'm going to start dehydrating herbs too, she said. Man, you all sound like you having a good old time with this gardening and dehydration and preserving, and I know that has to be delicious. She said, do you also do fruits? That's what Hey Cherry Hey wants to know. Right, Frugal Mama. Even when things go bad, they aren't wasted if you compose. Yeah, okay, so I guess I was kind of along the right line. What's that, LP? Because it looks like you're saying the same thing. Even when things go bad, they aren't wasted. So you can put anything in it, or is it just only certain things you can put in compost? Like, can you put an apple in it? Can you put a rotten apple in there? Can you put? I mean, I wouldn't imagine it's all trash. I know it's not that, but leaves, I believe I saw. Do you put grass? I think he said something about grass shavings. Grass shavings. So I know a little bit. Hopefully that's the right information. You all let me know in the chat if it is or not. Frugal Mama, this is from LP. Even when things go bad. Oh, I just read that. What else did you say? Oh, LP also said, I haven't done any dehydrating yet, but I love the idea of making my own seasoning. You all are getting to work over there in those gardens. You are dehydrating, growing, first of all, growing, growing things, dehydrating, growing your own fresh herbs. Man, making compost so you don't have to go buy any at the Home Depot or the Lowe's or wherever you go buy it. Yes, Mother Earth. That is, well, heard of it, but haven't done any further research. Okay, I haven't. Oh, you have one, Apocrypha. Is that how you say Apocrypha? Lost books. Okay. Yeah, Cherry. Hey, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm gonna look into it. Patty, no, Miss Patty. Oh, she said it's talking to Miss Patty. No waste when you dehydrate and put it in jars. Go for it. Oh, that's what you do. You put it in a jar. Okay. Oh, you were an Israelite. Oh, I didn't. Okay, so that's another conversation I have with you. Hey, Cherry. Hey, I love finding out information like this. Okay, so you probably can weigh in on that topic, because I don't know nothing about it. The Book of Enoch is heavy, heavy. Oh man. Okay, I'm not familiar with it, but I have heard mention of there being lost and removed books. Yeah, that's where I stood. LP. I wasn't familiar with it, but I did try to look into it back then, and it was brought up again yesterday. That's what made me think of. That was the reason why I'm asking you all about it. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I should look into it again. Thanks, she said Miss Patty. They said it wasn't in alignment with the other books, and all the other books were accepted by the committees formed to approve the King James Version. That's what I heard. Okay, and that would sound right. Like, who's on the committee to make the decisions? Hmm. It's interesting. I have heard about the lost books of the Bible. Okay, so most of you have. I'm still here making a salad. Ooh, Miss Betty, those salads you make are so. I like salad. Miss Betty, you should put avocado on mine. I'm not really a fan of that, but I love fruit in my salad. I'll eat fruit and salad all day long, every day. I'll take some. Hey, Cherry Harris requesting her plate, Miss Betty. I needed this right at this moment. Be in the present. Man, I'm talking to myself all the time when I'm talking to you all. Just know that. Be in the present. That's a very helpful quote. Thank you. You're welcome. I think I stay 1 foot in the past and one in the future. No, we got to be in the present. You know what? I guess when you think about it, you probably wouldn't be as stressed if you're just in the present, would you? If we really remain in the present, we won't have to think about all the stuff that we didn't do right in the past, or be worried about what we might not do right in the future, right? If we just kind of stay in the present, you're just worrying about that moment. Yeah, you worrying about that moment and not really like, oh man, this happened, that happened. Wish you could have did this, wish you could have did that. Because we can all be shoulda, woulda, and coulda all day long. But if we remain present, you don't have to worry about the shoulda, woulda, coulda. You just worry about what's happening right now. And I know it's probably easier said than done for some. But if we look at it that way, I don't know. I think you would have less stress. Not all the stress will go away because you still have life to deal with. I am Betty. Yep, LP is get the hand clap, get your hand clap, get the hand claps, get the hand claps. That's a very helpful quote. I said that. I am a woman. Oh, thank you. Okay, I don't want to assume because I did that one time with somebody else and they were like, oh, by the way, I'm not a woman. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I just assumed, and see, you don't want to assume stuff. So thank you for sharing that, LP. That's good of you to see your man. Yeah, I want to help him out. Like, I got to help my husband out now. I don't mind. Even if it's not my cup of tea, the garden, being in the dirt at that moment. I was like, let me help him out. Gardening is in us. It's like unlocking a cheat code. Man, Miss Betty, what do you think about this gardening talk? Are you going to start a garden? See, I don't want to lie to you all because I know I'm not going to do that right now. It sounds real good, though. It sounds real good. It sounds really good. Hey, Pooka Pook. It sounds really good. And I can see the advantages of having a garden if they don't have it at the store, because we know sometimes they don't have stuff at the store. A lot of times they don't have those things when you're at the store. You can just go right in your garden and take it out. Many studies have shown that working in the soil is physically and mentally good for us. I can see how it will help with your mental health. Like if you're out there, just amongst nature, if it's peaceful. Look at that little one back there looking into the camera. Hey, girl. What are you doing?
Good.
Are you doing good? All right, I'm glad to hear that. She said, you will love it. Father God will teach you things while you're doing this. Man, I could not be convinced to do a garden right now. Y'all, I cannot be convinced. I'm trying to get these 4,000 watch hours. Maybe if I had a garden, I could sit in the garden and I would not worry about these 4,000 watch hours. No, I ain't gonna worry about them right now. How about that? I wouldn't be like, oh, I gotta get my watch hours. I can just take people out in the garden with me, and that will cover probably 2 hours at least of watch hours, wouldn't it? Yeah, but I don't know. Like the garden really does sound like a good idea. I just don't know if I'm ready for that. That's a responsibility. I gotta go out and water it now. I gotta go out and make compost and gather all the leaves that we raked and not put them. I mean, I had to bag them after that, right? Because then I'm gonna have to keep them and then put them somewhere. Put them somewhere, because I don't know, does it get better as do you keep it for extensive amounts of time? Now I got to keep these bag of leaves and then go down there and use the compost to do whatever I got to do with it. And now I got to worry about growing these. I don't have to worry about growing watermelons. Now I got to worry about growing these vegetables, and I would like strawberries, fresh strawberries. I love strawberries. I don't know. That's something to think about. I'm gonna have to ask the good Lord. I'm just like, let the Lord lead me on that one, y'all. I'm gonna just let him have his way. I don't know. We'll see. If he tapped me on the shoulder, I guess I'll have a garden. Yeah. Many studies have shown. I read that. I love it. That's the only thing about gardening. Bugs and snakes. I know. She said, I have herbs, fruit trees, the veggies I like. Fruit trees. What kind of fruit? Do you have a lemon tree? Do you have, what kind of tree? I'm interested. What kind of tree do you have? Amen to, the LP said, and amen to that as well. She said, amen, amen. Wellness said, green, brown, moisture. Don't worry about those bugs and snakes. Hey, Cherry, hey, educate yourself. Google. She said, Google that. Google, I'll just pull Google up. Google will show you what to do. If they can't hurt me, I keep moving. And I've learned an immense appreciation for all God's creature for real. Now, I can definitely see that being a thing. You will learn how to appreciate all God's creatures. You might have to watch that in your room, Pooh. Because I don't know if it might be heard in the background. Yeah, why did you leave? Why did you come up here and not stay downstairs? Oh, you want to go in your room and watch it? Okay, go in there. So, then I'll let you come back when I finish, cause I won't hold up everybody, cause they've been here with me an hour and 24 minutes already. I'll catch up with the comments and then I'll say bye. She said, "I know I've seen you around the gardening community." Heck yeah! Oh, heck yeah! She said, "I know I've seen you around the gardening community." Wellness with Frugal Mama says shredded paper and paper towels. You can put shredded paper and paper towels in compost. Oh my God! What? I did not know that. Okay. I guess these are things I should remember if I were to ever start a garden. If anybody is looking to start a garden, just know that there are people right here, right now in this community that are more than willing to help you. So get your gardening clothes on, get that garden tool, and go on out there and be one with Mother Earth. Get in that dirt and grow yourself some veggies and some fruit. There you go, LP. I'm gonna recruit some more people for you. Aww. So LP, and she said maybe y'all can connect now because you seen her around. You seen she said around the community. So there you go. Thank you so much. I'm definitely gonna look into it and start on the ledge. They say women help. Oh, I said woman. They say worms help keep the soil from getting too compacted. I think. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess they got to go in there and do their thing too. Then dehydrated items, I put in sterilized mason jars, remove air. They last and last. I do dehydrate fruit and vegetables. Okay. Do you can at all? Like, do you can fruit and things like that? You might have said that. I do dehydrate fruit. Okay, you say you dehydrate fruit. Is that the same thing as canning? Probably so, right? Because you said, yeah, I put them in sterilized mason jars and I remove the air. So I guess that's the same. When people say canning, they're talking about dehydrating. I guess that's what I'm kind of gathering from what you just said. I might be wrong, so correct me. Yes, worms are part of the decomposition process. In fact, I have worm farms. Ooh, vermicompost in my basement. What's vermicompost? I need to look that up. Worm worm poop? You got worm poop? How do you get where you keep the worm poop at? FR feeds the soil full of microbes, nutrients, organic matter. Yum, fruits and veggies dehydrated. Man, that sounds like you got a whole compost thing going over there. I don't know. I worm poop. Okay. Hmm. I'm taking it all in, y'all. Just bear with me. I'm just trying to take it all in right now. Frugal Mama said, my air fryer dehydrates, so I cheat. Laugh out loud. Then I put it in a glass jar. We be here all day talking about gardening. Let me tell you, it's an endless topic. If you like to nerd out gardening, it's for you. She said, I also pressure can food. Wow, you all are more intense than I thought. But wow, that's a good skill to have though, I guess. Like you will not go hungry. Hey Lachey. Living life as Lachey. How you doing? How you doing? I have not been over to see you in a minute too. So Lachey, we talking about a couple different things. Right now we talking about gardening because the gardening community has come on into this here live and they're educating me on gardening and trying to convince me that I should perhaps consider getting a garden. And it sounds like a great idea. However, I don't know. I had to let the Lord lead me on this one because I don't know that I would be a Mother Earth person like Frugal Mama. I just don't know. I feel like I have to feel it. And I don't feel it right now, y'all. I think it's a great idea. Like I'm all for fresh veggies, fresh fruit, and having my own. I just don't know if I feel like putting in that work. But anyway, Lachey, you can decide. Huh. Oh, thank you. You can decide which way you want to go with that. But if you want to know anything about gardening, here you are. And we were also talking about, well, I brought up the lost books of the Bible because I didn't really have a lot of information on that. And what else? I gave a quote, but you can look at those later if you choose. What type of machine do you use? She or just in the sun? Life is a shade. We're talking about gardening, living life. Hello, Sophia Griffin. Thank you for coming in. I hope you are learning something from this conversation, and thank you. This is my first time seeing you. Living life as Lachey said. Hey LP, I'm Betty J. Gather says no, but roses. I'm already getting the soil ready. Okay, yeah, I saw you with those roses on your video. They are beautiful too. I love roses. Yep. So Miss Betty said no, she's not gonna do that, and I should have known to answer that question because she is like, I'm telling you, we are similar. Hi. Oh, that's so nice. Sweet Thumb said hi, Sophia. Miss Betty said leave soil and kitchen scraps. Okay, so Miss Betty, yeah, you kitchen scraps. That's the same thing at the top of these. Oh, says, I have two each of trees, peach, pear, apple, blueberries, strawberries, a lemon tree, and a lime tree. You got a lot of good trees out there. Pecan tree. So yeah, you should never go hungry. So you can go out there and just pick good fruit off the tree, wash it, and go on about your business. I'm definitely gonna start slow on the ledge. Okay, hey Cherry, hey, in the summer. We gonna, you go ahead, girl. You start that garden. Just watch out for those ants, those worms, and the snakes. Don't have to do a garden. Grow a tomato and a basil plant. Great example of the topic. It is a great example of the topic. I agree. Yep, being pruned. Okay, so if you somebody has to prune something, then they completely get the idea of what we're talking about right now. Supposedly the most committee. I'm looking because it's a glare on my phone. Supposedly, the most committee was composed of the most renowned scholars of that time. Then they came together, kind of to eliminate the eyewitness factor, so to speak. Okay. All right. So they came together, not a secret meeting, but the ones who were scholars on that topic came together and then they made the decision to eliminate it because they didn't think it was in alignment with the other books. Okay. Thank you for adding that, Frugal. Start small in the garden, one step at a time. Don't forget to add flowers to attract pollinators. All right, don't forget, hey Cherry, hey, one plant at a time. The online gardening community is awesome. We love to help each other. Sounds like it, because y'all sure giving a whole bunch of information to somebody who don't even garden. And I like, it's good information too, so I'm not upset about it. Sweet potato, regular potato, okra, tomato, peppers, onion, and onions. I'm sure I forgot something. Yes, great point. What you can do, and maybe that's one plant or two. Oh wow. Okay, so we're talking about gardening. You are so supportive. I thank you from the bottom. Oh, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Young Riz. Yeah. Wonderful channel to watch. Is Homestead Heart. They are amazing. You will learn so much. Miss Betty says, Tamika Davis, I see you and thank you for all the support that you have given me. Me too. I think all of us. Thank you, Tamika Davis. I don't even know if you have. I went to your channel. I don't remember seeing any content on there, but you are an awesome supporter, along with everybody, the other people in here who support me. Thank you very much. Tim Windsor is an awesome supporter too. Hi, Tim Windsor. Geeky Girls and everyone in the chat. Hey, Tim, smack those thumbs up, people. Let's show Geeky Girls some love and support. Thank you, because Tim always reminds people of that at work, but stopping by to show love and support. Yeah. So, you all, um, hopefully I didn't deviate from the topic too much today, which was focus on what you can do, not on what you cannot do. So we're going to leave it right there. And for all you gardeners, you keep on recruiting people in that garden. You keep on recruiting people to come along to the side of the garden. I'm not there yet, but who knows? You got Hey Cherry Hey today, so that's a win. And you got Frugal Mom over there who went from not liking the outdoors to listening to the watermelon war. So I'd say that's a win. And you all know what? I will be back here tomorrow. I'm going to say same time, 12 o'clock. So if you have time, tune in. The topic is going to be, what did I say? God answers your prayers. Unless something else comes to mind, the Lord speaks to my heart, then it'll be another topic. But as for now, think about that. God answers prayers. He just didn't answer it the way that you wanted to answer it. I think that'll be a good topic. And Frugal Mama said bye. She has to go. Bye, Frugal. LP, I will be looking for you. My channel is new. I'm enjoying it. LP said, great listening and chatting with you all. I agree. Great listening to you all. Great chatting. Thank you all for coming in. And I do want to say before you all go, thank you all for showing up for me. I know I can't get to everybody's page all the time, but extend me some grace as you all have been doing. I'm not even talking about you all here. I'm just talking about anybody that watches it thinks I've forgotten about you. It's probably true. I probably have forgotten about you because it's a lot of channels on YouTube. So I don't know how people are expected to keep up with everybody. I don't know how that works. And as I grow, just know collectively I'm thinking about everybody. Hello, have a great day. When I'm saying hi, I'm talking to everybody. um, so my intention is never to make anybody feel like they're left out, but I'm a human being, so I'm naturally not going to get to everybody. And also, I don't, there's some channels that I've probably subscribed to. I might not even remember I'm subscribed to them because sometimes it takes a notification. I'm like, oh yeah, let me watch that. I forgot about it. Or me scrolling. So just know that doesn't make you less than or anything like that. I don't think that would be any YouTuber's intention. It's definitely not mine. So, if anybody feels like Geeky Girls Journal is not paying attention to you, I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm not doing it because I don't like you. I'm not doing it because of whatever reason. Remember, we were talking about overthinking. Whatever reason you might think it is, it's just because I'm busy doing something else. I'm busy doing something else. And that's that. I don't know. I try to get to the people when I can get to the people. Just know that I love you. I love you all. I love you all. And I thank you for coming in. I thank you for your support. We are going to hit that 4,000 mark. I just want to say that because I see you all working. I see you all putting forth the effort to help me. And I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I cannot do it by myself. In fact, I can't do it. I can't watch my own videos. So it's you all. And the last time I checked, it was at 620 something. I can look at it and tell you all and just put it up. But I think it was 620. I'll go to it right now and tell you. So that way you'll know what it is. Oh, wait a minute. I did something wrong. Oh, earn. Okay, so I'm currently at 625 public watch hours, just in case you want to know. Make sure you hit the earn button for. Oh, thank you, Miss Betty. You told me that the last time, so I remember this time. It took a while, but it clicked in. Thank you, Miss Betty. So yes, 625 public watch hours. The last time we were at 500 something. I don't know. I put the video up. I plan to do that not because I'm trying to showcase anything and be like, oh, I got X amount of watch hours. No, it's for me to be able to look back and see, okay, I was there. Andre, you had 540 last week. Now you got 625. That's something to be grateful for. It may not be working fast, speed, lightning, but this is also me being patient and just seeing the progression. I don't know. I like to see progression and I'm seeing it. So, oh, yeah, it is also for other creators to, yeah, also for other creators to hear. I agree, Miss Betty, because if people can look at me and be like, man, she's been on YouTube since 2015 and hear my story and see that, I'm trying and that other people in the community are helping out, it'll be a glimmer of hope, a glimpse of hope for them as well. And they'll say, look, Geeky Girls Journal had 525, right? When she started this journey, she had 525. Now look, if she did that, or if all of us did that, then it can also happen for me. So that's also my motivation for putting it up, Miss Betty, because I want somebody else to see it and be like, oh man, I can do it. I didn't even know you were racking up hours, but I'm with it. Yeah, I decided, sweet thumb, that I might as well just stop playing games. If I'm on here, I might as well just go ahead and, like Miss Betty said, I might as well just do what I need to go ahead and get monetized. No, that is not my number one reason for being here. My number one reason is because I'm trying to walk in obedience. That is the true story, you guys. I'm trying to walk in obedience. So for me, obedience looks like me showing up and talking about God. And when God lays some on my heart, I will come on here and share it. The people who want to hear it, hear it. The people who do not want to hear it, that's their business. It does not bother me. I've had some people say, hey, some things to me, and I'm like, it does not affect me. Don't worry about it. It doesn't affect me. I'm here because I have a job to do. I realize I have a job to do, and I'm not going to be disobedient and miss out on my blessings, and not only that, miss out on being fulfilled and walking in my purpose because I'm concerned about what somebody else has to say about me. I'm not. I won't be. That's never going to be an issue. I'm going to do it because it's something I need to do for Andrea. And in the meantime, if I'm racking up hours, if I'm gaining a YouTube family, those are bonuses. Those are bonuses. People seeing Geeky Girls Journal and being made aware. Those are all bonuses to me. Connecting to you all, which I love to do. So God's blessed me to be able to be visible here and to share and to make great connections with you all here. So I'm just appreciative for that. Miss Betty, she said she has to get ready for work. Much love and respect. Bye, she said. Have a great work day. Thank you for coming in. Sweet Thumb is a guy. And my reason for my channel is support. Stay on your path. Thank you, Sweet Thumb. I think I knew you were a guy. I think I did. Hey Cherry Hey said, absolutely. Sweet Thumb, I didn't even know. Okay, I read that here. That was Miss Betty. Yes, we are doing 8 hours this weekend. Get those watch outs. Okay. I am. I'm gonna do them, Miss Betty. Sometimes I visit in spurts. Same. It's not personal. It's not personal. It's not personal. We do what we can do. And I think somebody said that here. I think so. No worries. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you all. We do what we can do. Yep, LP said that. This was amazing, Andrea. Thank you, Hey Cherry Hey. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you all more than you know. I'm sure. I try to make sure I make a point of saying it in my live because I don't ever want anybody to feel like I'm entitled or I feel like I'm entitled or that I feel like it's your job or your duty to come here and support me. I believe you do it because you are showing kindness and that you're showing love and that you're showing support. And if you ever feel like you don't want to do that, you don't do it. Like I have no expectations of you. I want you to be happy. I want you to be free. And I want you to be in your present moment and spending your time the way that you want to spend it. So if anybody ever feels like they don't want to come over here, don't come over here. I'm just saying, don't come over here. Don't do it. If you want to, come. And I think I preached enough. I just want to make sure I drove that home. I'm going to continue to do what I think is right. And I'm going to continue to support people the way that I can support them. That might not mean showing up every day for you. That might not mean seeing your weekly videos. That might mean I might see you next month. I don't know. It's going to be whenever I can get to you. If that's not something you want to hear, I'm so sorry. But that's the truth. And I try to walk in honesty. I'm not going to sit up here and put on the front and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go see you in 2 seconds. No, in 2 seconds, I got to go feed my baby. Then I might forget that I was supposed to go see. I'm going to just use you for an example, Miss Betty, because I don't think you care. I forgot I got to go see Miss Betty. But then when I think about it later, I'll be like, oh, I got to go see Miss Betty. Then I'll go do it. Or I need to go check out LP. Then I'll go do it. But I'm not doing it because I have some ill feelings for somebody. That's not me. And as you continue to come here, you'll figure that out if you're new. I think the people who've been here for a while already know. I'll be looking for you. Okay. LP said, keep up the great positive messages, Geeky Girls Journal. Upliftment. Thank you. You see my shirt today? Uplift, inspire, elevate. Uplift, inspire, elevate. Did I miss anybody? We do what we can. Yep, I think that's everybody. Let me go all the way to the bottom before I let you all go. Okay, LP said, take care, everyone. Same here. You might not see me. Then you do a whole bunch. I know, that's kind of my thing. You might not see me for a while. Then all of a sudden you see me. I'm like, hey, Cherry, hey, Miss Betty, hey, LP. So that's my disclaimer, you all. I'm not trying to be on a soapbox. I just want to make it clear, and I just want everybody to know it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. I have a life outside of YouTube. I have a life outside of social media, and my life is always going to come before social media. That's just that. God first, my husband, my kids. Miss Betty said that already. She had God, husband, kids, other things. Okay? So if you think about Geeky Girls Journal and you think about those things, you're going to always know where I am. I'm on those places first. Then when I pop up here, that's because I already did all my other things that were priorities, right? I had to get to a place in my life where I had to, I don't know, I'm telling you all a lot, but I'm gonna go 2 minutes. I had to get to the place in my life where I was okay with that, right? And I had to write it down in my journal. This, God first, husband, kids, all other things, because I was trying to be everybody's everything and trying to do too many things at once and was not being successful at the one thing. So now Did I have my priorities in line? I just look at them whenever I forget. Mm-mm-mm. Andrea, this is your reminder. So that's it. That's gonna be that until it's gonna be. Blessings, Andrea. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Hey, Cherry. Hey, have a blessed day, everyone. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. You guys uplift me more than you know. You do. And you encourage me more than you know. And I hope you remember that. I hope you know that. And come on in here again and come on with me tomorrow. We'll be here the same time, 12 o'clock, 12 noon tomorrow. Bye. See you. 12 noon tomorrow. We'll be here. Okay. See you all later. I'm sorry if you want to. If I forgot to ask you if you were doing something, or I did earlier. But if you're doing something, drop it in the chat real quick, and then I'll leave, so other people will know to look out for you. If you're doing a live, if you have an upload, whatever it is, and I'll wait another minute. Well, 30 seconds. Okay, we'll be here. God, don't let me forget. Right, because I'll be like, Miss Betty, you coming? No. All right, I guess nobody else. You all don't have anything? You sure? You're positive? You positive? Like my little girl used to say when she was little, you positive, mommy? You positive, you positive? Okay. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow. Those who can make it. I appreciate you. All right, thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of the day. And don't forget, do the things you can do. Don't worry about the things you cannot do. Live in the present. Okay? All right. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming in.